The Secret of the Derelict Building, extended version. On the far edge of town, in a neighborhood no one ever visited, stood an abandoned apartment building. Its roof had collapsed, windows shattered, and rusted doors groaned whenever the wind blew. At night, the eerie whistling through the broken frames chilled anyone who happened to pass by. Even in daylight, most people avoided walking near it. At night, not a single soul dared approach. The townsfolk used the place to frighten children. "If you misbehave, I'll leave you with the ghosts in that building," they would say. Some claimed to see faint lights flickering in the windows after midnight. Others swore they heard the laughter of children echoing inside. But no one had ever found the courage to step in. Until one night, 4 high school friends, Elif, Burak, Merve, and Cenk, driven by curiosity and the thrill of fear, decided to explore the infamous derelict building. Entering the building, it was close to midnight. Most of the street lamps were dead, leaving only the pale glow of the moon to guide their steps. When they finally stood before the building, their hearts pounded as if urging them to turn back. The rusted iron door hung crooked on its hinges, as if warning them not to enter. Elif, trying to appear braver than she felt, clicked on her flashlight. "Come on," she whispered. "We'll just take a quick look. There's nothing to be afraid of." The others followed, though uneasily. The door groaned horribly as they pushed it open. The air inside was damp and suffocating. Dust floated in the beam of their lights, and water dripped somewhere deep within, echoing like a slow heartbeat. They climbed the stairs. Each step creaked so loudly, it seemed the whole building was listening. The message on the wall by the time they reached the 3rd floor, the atmosphere had changed. The air felt heavier, charged with something unseen. Elif's flashlight flickered. Its weak beam swept across the wall and froze. There, written faintly, were the words, "You will not leave here alive." Merv gasped and stumbled backward. "This has to be some kind of prank," she whispered shakily. But the fresh red stains smeared beneath the writing told another story. Paint, blood, no one dared to say aloud. The music box. Then, from the end of the corridor, came a sound, a soft, delicate melody, like that of a music box. But something was wrong. The tune wasn't playing forward. It was playing backwards. Crooked, warped notes twisted through the silence, sending shivers down their spines. Burak clenched his fists. "Someone's here. They're messing with us." They approached the door at the end of the hall. Burak shoved it open. The room was empty. Only a broken chair stood in the center, and scattered across the floor were old, yellowed photographs. Faces smiled from the faded images. Strangers from another time. Then, Elif's breath caught in her throat. Her flashlight illuminated one photograph, and her knees nearly buckled. It was her own childhood picture, one that she knew had never left her family's photo album. Her hand trembled as she picked it up. This can't be real," she whispered. The door slams. Shut. The door slammed behind them with a deafening bang. Their flashlights sputtered out one by one. Only the pale light of the moon seeped through the cracked window, painting the room in silver shadows. Cenk's voice shook as he whispered, "That photo, how could it be here?" Then came a sound, deep, guttural, impossible to place. A voice rising from the shadows themselves. "Because you've been here all along," Merve screamed. The doorknob rattled violently, twisting on its own. Burak threw his weight against the door, but it would not budge. The shifting photographs. Elif's eyes fell once more on the photographs. Her stomach turned. The faces were changing, slowly, grotesquely. The smiling strangers blurred and twisted, until the faces became their own. There was Cenk, eyes lifeless, hollow. There was Merv, pale lips curled in a still smile. Another showed Burak, expressionless, frozen in time. And then, in the middle of the room, the broken chair seemed to wait, empty, waiting. The shadows in the corners of the room thickened. They moved, crawled, encircled the four of them. The music box spun faster, its backward tune screeching into chaos. The end. The air was filled with screams. The lights flickered once, twice. Then blackness consumed everything. The next morning, the townsfolk found the building's door ajar. No sign of the teenagers, no trace at all. On the third floor, by the cracked window, they discovered a music box. Its mechanism was broken, yet it played a warped tune endlessly. Scattered nearby were photographs, fresh ones. Each bore the faces of the four missing friends. To this day, they say if you pass the derelict apartment at night, you can still hear the twisted melody of that music box. And sometimes, if the wind is still, the sound of children's laughter drifting from the third-floor window. But no one dares step inside.
What waits behind the door, you'll discover in the next video.